Hey YouTubers, welcome back to Desert Have a Garden. We're out here at the High Desert Homestead, and as you can see, we brought a go-kart with us. So the guys are disconnecting it from the trailer and they're going to take it off of there. And this go-kart came to us as part of a package deal, some sort of a trade, and it's been pretty much deteriorating in our backyard at home for quite some time, many years. But now that our son is 12 years old, he's become quite interested in the go-kart, and so they've been working on restoring it and getting it all fixed up. And his whole purpose was he wanted to bring it up to the High Desert Homestead so that he could drive it up here. So let's go in and take a closer look at this. All right, so tell me, what have you had to work on in order to get this running?
Clean the carburetor and put a new gas line on it.
Okay, and then the motor just ran like that?
Yeah, pretty much.
Your exhaust.
Oh, the exhaust. We need a new exhaust and brakes.
Okay, you had to put brakes on it, yep. And what about the shocks? They look shiny. Are those new?
No.
No. Okay. And then what about the seat?
We had to make a new seat.
Yep, so I upholstered the back of the seat for them, and the boys did the new base seat. And so now we have a little go-kart, and the kids are gonna putt around in it. So we have a plan to meet up with some other homesteaders out here and go on a little ride today. So we're gonna see how that goes. Stay tuned for more. So what's going on over here?
Well, the jet was plugged on it, so we pulled the bottom of the flip hole off, and the gasket tore on the main jet, which was plugged. So now we have to make a gasket. So we're going to make one out of this plastic laminated cardboard using the old faithful Swiss Army knife. It had some bad gas in it, and we tried to replace it all, and we cleaned the carburetor a bunch of times, but it doesn't get used enough. So here we are.
And you're just poking a hole through it?
Yeah, for this to pass through. Oh yeah. So we had to clean that little pinhole out too. It was plugged. The two little side jets. Luckily we had this handy dandy carburetor rebuild tool right here. Oh, she's giving up. Watch out, Louie. Now we gotta put this on. Our new gasket. Just like that, we're back in business.
Let's see if it starts up.
Hold on.
How was your first little stretch?
It was good.
Was it good? Was it fun? Awesome. Over here, a new addition to the mailbox area. So we've got mailboxes here. This is where everybody comes to check mail, and often we see people hanging out here, so it's kind of like a social gathering place. And there's a little billboard for posting up for sale and things like that. And this new addition is a library. So library for you. Take one, leave one, share, read, enjoy. So there's a little hook on here. Let's see what they've got in here. I think this is really cool. So, if you want to trade out some books, you can come over here. Doesn't look like there's any children books. Maybe we'll have to fix that, bring some children books out here, donate to the box. But that's really cool. So we've got our own little library out here for the property owners. And then what's this? There's a cooler down here. Okay. Layer feed, and they free range. No eggs over a week and a half old. They also get veggies. Okay, so it's an honor box for eggs, but it looks like all that's in here right now are empty cartons. And then there's a jar for money there and a couple ice packs that are thawed out, but that's pretty cool. So an honor box for eggs. All right. Where are they?
See? See that one?
Where'd it go?
It's right over
There's
there.
one over here.
Another.
Where'd it go, bud?
Yeah. It's
Where are you
pretty
running
big.
to?
Oh, there's another one.
You're trying to cross the border.
See? Another one. Another one. Look. I'm going to show you what.
Yeah.
saying. It's all milled and straight from the tree.
Old-fashioned style.
Yeah. Watch out for snakes, guys, especially right underneath the cabin, okay? It's shady, that's where they would hide.
Most likely.
I think over there was a horse pen.
Did you guys see the horses that we passed? Two horses?
They were two beautiful horses.
What is that marking off?
That is
garden.
Garden, maybe?
That is milk.
That one had power outlets.
Huh. From like solar or something?
It's footers or stumps. I know, that's what I said.
Let's go around and see the door. Check out the footers.
Oh
Nice, nothing but the best.
no! Mom!
What do you have?
Ow!
Is it hot?
Steamy hot. Yep. It's a hinge.
What's in there? Oh yeah, there is a can. That's like an old can from lemonade mix or something.
Kool-Aid.
Yeah, there's a Lowry seasoning mix.
Pretty crazy to think about.
But don't go in there. There's holes in the floors.
Don't take them back to the room. I know, because they inseminate themselves and then you have them
Mama.
everywhere.
Yep.
See that? See that place where you plug the cord in?
Yeah, there's an electrical outlet. Isn't that wild?
Right, and I always make sure to get them out of my shoes before I go back up to the house because I don't.
They're awful.
We don't have goat heads, and I want to keep them that way.
Right at the end of the way out there, the belt on the go-kart gave up completely, so we couldn't get power to the cart at all. So that means for the return trip, we have the go-kart in the bed of the truck, and we have our whole crew in the truck with us. So where's one more? Back there. There we go. So for the return trip, we have the whole crew. Broke down and isn't able to make it all the way to the finish, but you guys made it halfway. So you guys drove 23 miles in a go-kart down dirt roads. So that's pretty huge for your first time really going on a trip in the go-kart. So why don't you tell me what you enjoyed about this trip?
Being able to drive myself.
That was pretty cool, huh? So you're 12 years old and you got to drive yourself and your sister for this whole long drive. That's pretty awesome. And what about you? What did you like about this trip?
I liked driving
With him. That was fun. I'm glad to hear it. All right, thanks guys. Okay, I'm here with Chantal. She is one of the people who took us on our adventure today. And we actually met each other several years ago down in the low desert in the town where we live. And at the time, her family lived in the low desert as well. And we're both homeschoolers, so we met that way. And when we started looking for this property, they were actually a part of that process with us. And we were considering buying property at the same time, and it didn't happen. We actually bought our property first. And the very first weekend we had our property, she and her family came up and they helped us build a tiny cabin. And so her husband was instrumental in helping us build that tiny cabin, and we're super grateful to them. But we've remained friends over these years, and she is now living as a full-time homesteader, which we are only part-time. So Chantal, tell me what you think about homesteading.
I think that there's honestly nothing else better. It's hard to make the leap. It was very hard, even though that was all we wanted, and that's all we talked about for probably 5 or 6 years. As the time came nearer and we were counting down 3 weeks, 2 weeks, 1 week, all of a sudden there were heart palpitations and I was terrified, and it took us coming out here and taking the leap in order to realize that it all works out.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about your homestead. Do you have a bunch of animals and gardens? What do you have?
So this year I've gone back to work. So my garden is not as big as it was last year, or as big as I wish it was. We have rabbits, chickens, turkeys, ducks, dogs, and cats.
And kids.
And kids. So we haven't ventured out into the big animals, and we're not quite ready, hopefully in the next couple of years. But we're able to trade animals, meat, veggies with our neighbors. So like last fall we picked up, we traded 6 rabbits for a lamb, and so we were able to put sheep away for the year. And so, you know, just the community neighborhood swapping out and bartering has been nice for the things that we haven't been growing or haven't been raising in terms of meat.
Very cool. Well, that's interesting. I'm encouraging Chantal to start her own YouTube channel. That way we can learn more about what they have going on, because it's really cool. And we're excited to spend more time with them out here as we hopefully transition more towards full-time out here.
You'll be out here soon. I believe in you.
We hope so. But I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe for more updates in the future.
Thank you. Have a good day.